Hi class. Today we will going to discuss about three important techniques in hydrological data interpretation. So the very first one is test for inconsistency of the rainfall. Test for inconsistency of the rainfall, nothing but double mass curve technique. Double mass curve technique. Basically, why we need this technique? Double mass curve technique. We need this technique for hydrological or meteorological data analysis purpose. Okay, before analyzing data for any purpose, first we should look into whether the hydrological data set for a huge period, let's say about 50 to 100 years of rainfall data, for that huge data, whether we need correction or not. Correct? ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ huge data set ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, before using that data set into certain analysis, we should know that this data is require corrections or not. Because ನೀವು 50-100 ವರ್ಷದ್ದು ನೀವು rainfall data collect ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಅಂದರೆ definitely there is some error. Correct? Definitely there is some error. It may be human induced error or natural error or whatever. Definitely there is some error, at least to some little extent. Okay, for that we need to check the data. Whether it requires correction or not. For that purpose we need double mass curve technique. This technique is for, the name itself suggesting that, test for consistency of the rainfall. Consistency, nothing but check for inconsistency. Is there any inconsistency in the data or not? Is there any inconsistency? Is there any irregular order? Is there any irregular trend in the data? We need to find out that. First we need to find out that. Okay, carefully listen. This is actually very important method from the point of examination and also from the point of engineering service examination, IS. Significant changes. What this word describing in this technique? Significant changes. Okay, significant changes. Let's consider this is a rain gauge station. Let's consider this is a rain gauge station in some Western Ghat. Or in any place. Okay, if the surrounding environment, if the surrounding natural condition changes significantly, then definitely that will going to affect the consistency of the rainfall data. Consistency of the rainfall data ಗೆ affect ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Basically consistency of rainfall data ಅಂದ್ರೆ I would like to say in general, particularly in general. Consistency ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಜೂನ್ ಜುಲೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 650 mm ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಜೂನ್ ಜುಲೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಮೈಸೂರು 650 to 750 mm ಮಳೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ಗೆ what I told just now, this is for, let's say for 2010 year ge. Next 2011 year ge, next rainfall, the next rainfall trend pattern should follow the same as previous. So next ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 2011 ಗೆ around June July same 650 to 750 mm rainfall, then little bit increase decrease, little bit increase decrease. Next year the same pattern. See here carefully, this is the trend. Okay, this is the trend for 2010. This is the trend for 2010. Next 2011, this is for 2010. Okay, next for 2011 almost. Okay, there is a little bit variation but almost. So this is for 2011. Okay, next. Okay, this is for 2012. See, carefully see. the trend, the pattern is more or less same. The trend or pattern is more or less same. There is some variation in this ring. Okay, there is some variation, but more or less the trend is the same for any particular location. So this is what consistent data. This is what consistent data. There is no irregularities. There is no high peaks like this. Listen. There is no high peaks like this, or there is no depression like this. There is no tremendous changes in the data. Almost the data is significant, consistent data. So this is what consistent data. This is inconsistent data. For what reason inconsistency occur? ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಯಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇ ಬಿ ರೇನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೆವಿ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ರೇನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸಡನ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಡನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆದಾಗ, ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಮಳೆ ಬರದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಹೈ ಪೀಕ್ಸ್, ಹೈ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್. So this is inconsistent data. Okay, this is what? More or less the same. This is consistent data. Okay, for analysis, always we need this kind of data. If the data is like this, if the data is like, listen, if the data is like this, we cannot analyze anything, we cannot extract useful information. We cannot extract useful information because the trend is varying. This is for 2010. Okay, next, this is for 2011. We cannot extract a similar information. So this is what inconsistent data. This is what consistent data. For always, ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಆರ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಸಮ್ any hydraulic structures, always we need this kind of data. If the data is in this format, we cannot extract a similar thing. We cannot decide anything because in any month or in any year, the data can vary anything. So this is what we need. Okay, idu useful information kodalla. This will give us some common trend, some common information. So this is very useful data. If there is any inconsistency in such data, we need to remove that inconsistency, or we need to normalize that inconsistency. For that reason, we have double mask curve method. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾರ್ಮಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ನೌ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ it says significant changes. If there is a significant changes in the surrounding environment, then that adverse effect definitely going to cause inconsistency. Because adverse changes in the environment definitely will cause inconsistency in the data. Okay, this is now causes, ಕಾರಣಗಳೇನಿದೆ. What are the reasons for that? First one, shifting of the rain gauges, shifting of the rain gauge station. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೈನ್ ಗೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಾಗ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೈಬರ್ಹುಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್. Okay, this is one rain gauge station. There is another rain gauge station there, let's say about 2 kilometers far from this station. If surrounding environment of that rain gauge station changes, definitely that will going to cause some inconsistency in the whole system. Some inconsistency caused by that rain gauge station because of the adverse effect in that region will cause some inconsistency of the whole system. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಹೋಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ around that student, the adverse effect of that student will cause the whole adverse effect in the classroom. Similarly, okay, I think you understood. Next one, observational error. Observational error. Surrounding environment is good. Surrounding environment is good. While taking reading, while noting down the reading, we may induce some error. Misreading, okay, we can misread the data, okay, that is what observational error. ನಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That will also lead to inconsistency of the data. Next, change in the ecosystem. Change in the ecosystem, like natural calamities, high flood, forest fire ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, or landslides. Okay, during flood, during landslide, and during a forest fire. So in such cases, definitely the whole environment get affected, correct? The whole environment affected, alwa? Forest fire adre, flood adre, or landslide adre, definitely the whole system will be affected. So change in the ecosystem, definitely sure, change in the ecosystem, for sure, that will lead to inconsistency of the data. To overcome all these things, we have method, double mass curve method. What actually this method says? If this is the problematic station, listen carefully, this is the problematic rain gauge station. ಈ rain gauge station ಇಂದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, group of 5 to 10 base station, base station around this problematic station should be selected. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Around 5 to 10 base stations are selected. Around 5 to 10 base stations are selected in such a way that those 5 stations around this problematic station, means neighborhood of this station, this is problematic station, idrinda nange problem agta ide, this is problematic station, idrinda problem agta ide, inconsistency agta ide. Okay, ಈ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, select 5 to 10 base station, neighborhood of this station, allondu, illondu, 5 to 10 base station. Next, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು, ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, neighborhood of problematic station X. If this is the problematic station, select 5 to 10 rain gauge station around this problematic station. Okay, next, average rainfall of group station 5, 10. So this is problematic station 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, average rainfall of group, we know how to calculate average rainfall using all 3 methods we discussed in the previous sessions. So average rainfall of group station is arranged in a reverse chronological order. I'll tell you in the graph, don't worry. Okay, average rainfall of group of 5 to 10 stations are arranged, those rainfall values are arranged in reverse chronological order. That means latest reading first. Okay, reverse chronological order means latest reading first. Now 2020, right? Now 2020 rainfall data should be entered as a first data. 2019 data as a second data. This is what a reverse chronological order. 2020 data, that means latest data as a first data. 2019 data as a second data. 2018 data as third data, in this manner, reverse chronological order. That means latest data should be entered as first data. Okay, that is what reverse chronological order. Next, accumulated accumulated rainfall of X station, accumulated rainfall of X station and group of stations are calculated. Accumulated rainfall means what? First rainfall value, okay, next rainfall value. How to calculate the next rainfall value? First rainfall value, previous one, okay, you will get accumulated data. Next, this data plus previous data, you will get next accumulated data. Okay, next, this data, previous data, you will get next accumulated data. Accumulated, you know well, okay, sieve analysis ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. Accumulated ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನದು? Adding up, that's it. Okay, accumulated rainfall data of X station. X station means this is problematic station. X station means problematic station. So accumulated data, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು rainfall data previous years ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಡೇಟಾ ಸೆಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, accumulated rainfall of these stations are calculated, and also accumulated rainfall data of group of 5 stations, that's also calculated. Accumulated data of problematic station X and group of stations, accumulated data of group of stations are calculated. Finish. What after that? After calculating accumulated data, ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮೆಟ್ರಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು, ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ಲಿಸನ್. Plot of accumulated of problematic data. Plot of accumulated rainfall data of problematic station X versus accumulated precipitation data or rainfall data of group of station. ಇದನ್ನು ಮುಂಚೆನೇ average ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, now a decided break in the slope, I'll tell you in the graph, don't worry, I'll tell you this meaning in here. Decided break in the slope indicates, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಇದೆ. Decided break in the slope indicates there is a change in rainfall data. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ surrounding environment changed. Surrounding condition of any one of the station out of 5 to 10, any one of the station, adrudu surrounding condition is changed. Surrounding conditions change ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ rainfall data change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. rainfall data change ಆದರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So initially this was the graph. Accumulated data I have calculated. Accumulated data of problematic station, accumulated data of group of station. So this is what plot of accumulated data of station X. Plot of, in y-axis, accumulated rainfall of problematic station X versus average accumulated rainfall data of neighboring station. Neighboring means 5 to 10. So this is plot ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. accumulated datas na plot ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Okay, reverse chronological order. Just few minutes back I said reverse chronological order. That means latest data should be entered as first one. So this is the graph. Now a decided break, ನಾನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, decided break in the slope. So this is what decided break in the slope. ಏನಿದು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, this decided break in the slope, what it will indicate means there is a change in precipitation, there is a change in rainfall. Precipitation means particular rainfall. There is a change in rainfall. ಯಾಕೆ ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯಿತು means the surrounding condition of any one of the rain gauge station, or maybe 2 or 3, but preferably just for understanding purpose take 1. Surrounding condition of any one of the station changed. Surrounding condition is changed. Surrounding condition is changed of group of stations ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ದು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್, ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಟ್ರೆಂಡು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರೆಂಡು ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಹೇಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೈನ್ ಗೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಟು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್. ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್. ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಗ್ರಾಫು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ rainfall changes. So graph like this, pink color graph is like this. So now I need to correct this data. This is what decided break. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡ್ರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇನ್ ದ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್. This is I represented A. Similarly here the line is cut. So from here to here is C. This is A, this is C. Now I need to correct the data set, correct? This is all for that only. Now I need to remove inconsistency. So this is the formula. PCX, rainfall data of corrected, ಇಲ್ಲಿ C represents ಏನು, corrected rainfall data of station X. C means corrected, that represent corrected rainfall data of station X, because this is what problematic station. In the beginning I said this is problematic station. Now I need to correct this one, this data set, the data set from this rain gauge station. Okay, so corrected precipitation or rainfall data of station X. ಇದ್ರದೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ನನಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಬೈ MC by MA. Where MC means corrected slope. Set here MC means corrected slope. MA means original slope. This is what original slope. Here idu original graph, this is original graph. So this is original slope MA, and this is corrected slope MC, that is corrected slope. You will get rainfall data of problematic station X. Finish. This is all about double mass curve method. And next one is mass curve of rainfall. This is double mass curve. Carefully understand the difference. This is double mass curve. This is mass curve of rainfall. Here the graph of summation Px versus summation P average. And the accumulated precipitation of group of station, accumulated precipitation of problematic station. But here mass curve of rainfall. This is accumulated rainfall versus time. Idu time alla, il time ide. This is what mass curve of rainfall. Very simple na. Plot of accumulated rainfall versus time. In days. This is in centimeter or mm, preferably centimeter. Flow to type and weighing bucket type are example for this kind of plot. Okay, in session 1, I think in session 2, in the beginning of this module, float type, that means what? Recording type of rain gauge, weighing bucket type, recording type of rain gauge. So, rain gauges in the what the data you will get from this rain gauge station plotted like this. Okay, these are examples. This is what? Examples. Float type rain gauge and weighing bucket type of rain gauge. This is a recording type of rain gauge. Now, ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Extracting the information. This graph is very useful. This type of plot is very useful in extracting the information on duration. ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಮಳೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. Now intensity, this is very important na. Intensities, centimeter per hour or per hour. Intensity 1 hour ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆ ಬಂತು, that's what intensity. 1 hour ಗೆ 10 centimeter ಮಳೆನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 1 hour ಗೆ 20 centimeter ಮಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ 1 hour ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು, intensity also important. So duration, magnitude, intensity. So we can extract information on these things from this graph. Okay, this is for correction. Okay, now this is just a graph just to understand the concept. Okay, time in x-axis, so accumulated rainfall in y-axis. So this is just say an example. Okay, this is the first storm from here to here. This is first storm. Let's say 10 centimeter. Now this is the constant period. Next here there is a changes in the rainfall. This is what? Second storm. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಮಳೆ, ಇದು ಎರಡನೇ ಮಳೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಈಗ ಮಳೆ ಶುರುವಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಈಗ ಮಳೆ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ರೈನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಲಿಸನ್. ಸೊ ಮಳೆ ಬಂತು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಳೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಳೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜೋರು ಮಳೆ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಳೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 centimeter. ಸೊ ಮಳೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 10 centimeter ಬರ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮಳೆ ನಿಂತೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಎರಡನೇ ಮಳೆ ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು, ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಮಳೆ. ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್, ಎರಡನೇ ಮಳೆ, ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಳೆ ಬರಲ್ವಾ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಮಳೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಲಿಸನ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್, ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ 10 centimeter ಅಂದೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ನಾನು 4 centimeter ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಇದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಲ್ವಾ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ 4 centimeter ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಇವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ, rainfall divided by time, you will get intensity. So this is very useful in extracting the information on magnitude, duration. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಳೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಳೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ನಾವು 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮ್ 6 hours. 6 ಗಂಟೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. So you will get duration of the rainfall. And magnitude, 10 centimeter ಮಳೆ, 10 centimeter rainfall, 6 hours ಬಂದಿದೆ. 10 centimeter rainfall, this is 10 centimeter rainfall, 6 hours ಬಂದಿದೆ. So magnitude ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ನಿಮಗೆ, ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. Rainfall divided by time ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get intensity. Okay, you will get intensity. So you will get information on all those things. So ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ.